Hello everyone, and Happy New Year. This is Micey-Mish. Well, let's get straight up to the subject. As some of you guys already have heard and known already, that Toontown Rewritten had to cancel Toonfest this 2026. I know you guys are really disappointed, and I wasn't even expecting that either. But to be honest with you, I'm not really mad or angry at the team. But the truth is, not only that they are having multiple projects behind the scene, they deserve the break. So that way, they can focus one each thing at a time. I mean, we can't be rushed to judgment and be disappointed in them, or in Toontown Corporate Clash for the matter, no offense. I don't really want to bring all this kind of tension, but I'm saying out of experience that everyone deserves to have a second chance. And with that being said, I gotta recap everything what they said through the blog. So I got my eyeglasses ready. I'm just gonna get my phone. This is personally announced through Discord. So I'm trying to adjust this here. And when I first know it popped out, I noticed that there's some stickers that everyone's reacting to it. I know it was announced on Discord somehow on Blue Sky and mostly Blue Sky, less than Twitter, no offense. But personally to me, it was announced through Discord. So just to get my phone through ready and getting that up, I'm going to read out what they need to say, because those who have no idea what everyone's getting upset about. And you know what? I was shocked just to see this announced while I was at work or off. I can't remember what day was that. But it was posted by the Toontown team on January 8th, 2026 at 12 p.m. I believe it was around the afternoon. So, entitled An Update of Toonfest 2026. So here's what it says. So I'm going to read aloud what they need to say, so that way you as the viewer and some fans of Toontown or those outside the fandom community might understand what's going on. That way you won't get misunderstood about their true intentions. Alright, here's what it says. Happy late New Year's, Toons. After a Toontastic summer-filled event in 2025 at Toonfest Orlando, we know many Toons have been asking where's the next Toonfest since the conclusions of the event. We have an important update to our real-world event, Toonfest, and what's in store for 2026. After the conclusion of Toonfest Orlando, we were hoping to have a positive update in the fall of 2025 to announce our next location. Unfortunately, we have made the heartbreaking decision to cancel Toonfest 2026. This was not the easy decision, and we would like to provide some transparency on how we arrived to this conclusion. Over the past few years, we have announced quite a few ambitious projects, that we have been cooking up, and some that haven't been announced yet. With the nature of our team being volunteers, we only have so much time to help make these projects come to light. After a lengthy internal discussion, we felt it was best to 100% focus on our team in the current projects this year. So I don't blame them for doing that. I know, I feel really, really surprised. I feel disappointed as much as you guys all are right now, but the truth is, I don't really honestly blame the team. Because, in fairness, like I said before, they deserve the break so that way they can focus each one project one at a time. So I'm totally okay with being patient with them, and I am pretty much calm about this. Unlike those who are pretty much hyped up all of a sudden every now and again, and sometimes they pretty much want things all fast and surprising. But the truth is, we can't really please everyone all the time. And I know the thing is, they all have things going on around behind the screen. And I want to respect the privacy, and that way they can also focus the task at hand, multitasking, both Toontown related and non-Toontown related. So that way they can focus one thing at a time. But I cannot speak for everyone. But I honestly believe Sir Max, well, Joey himself, he has reasons. So is the rest of the team behind the screen and behind every project through the game that we love and grown up with. So I'm totally alright with that. Even when I first saw it popped out, and I know everyone's throwing the stickers of the heartbreak, I don't blame you guys. It's okay to feel upset, but they're human beings too behind the screen, because I know how much the game means so much to everyone, and somehow, thanks to Disney, got so strange for the past whole decade. I'm not really sure if this is gonna look at this anytime soon. I was like, push out with Disney executives. I supported those without this crazy executive situation because they're becoming so toxic. No offense. Just the same from my friend's experience, those who used to work for Disney through the Disney College program, some of them have stories about how horrible the certain parts in California, parts in Florida, or somewhere on the other side of every part of the country is how they've been treating others. I don't blame the ones who left, and I honestly don't blame the ones who stayed strong for the last 3, 4, or 5 decades. Or the past 2 decades, for the matter. The main truth thing is, I am so happy and surprised. Some old-timers, new-timers, everyone all in between alike, they actually support the game itself. So, continuing on. Toontown Arena operates with different projects, meaning that only a small group of people are working on specific updates to the game, and some are on multiple projects at once. For example, the people behind the work that goes into Clear Coast are not necessarily the same team working behind the scenes on the new launcher. That means the team behind Toonfest can allocate their time and their resources to helping other projects to get to the finish line. We want to help the current announced projects. Well, there is that certain question. It's not like asking themselves, they're asking you if you really want to help, or if they're asking me. As I read along this, that's when I noticed this little blue link to apply to any position that you ever wanted. So they ask, want to help the current announced projects? We are actively looking for new volunteers to help in almost every department. If you're excited about any of our announced projects thus far, we encourage you to apply today. Through apply today, when I click on the link through blue, they have certain open positions on the game. Well, for those behind the scenes and those who are willing to join. Some in open positions and some in active positions that are closed. The only open positions that are available at this part were the art department for 3D animator, character rigger, concept artist, technical artist, texture artist, and community engagement as in community ambassador, event planner, partner, program manager, social media specialist. Well, of course, to anonymous through a certain group. Even since summer 2022, I know they kind of see me as mostly a social media specialist, since they've seen documentaries, something like that, and they want to ensure people to make sure they're safe and sound. But in an ambassador, there's nothing I can't really say. I mean, I've really been asking myself some questions that why can't the original OG members, why can't the OG members as an original generation members from the fandom themselves come back and just become an ambassador themselves instead of just just letting someone and rely on anyone, including people like me, who's always been active in the fandom. And I have no intention of giving up something that was been part of my life nostalgically anytime soon. But the answer to all that is they're adults too, and they or have graduated and went to their separate ways, but they also have their personal lives they need to take care of. Likely, I know this is really hard for them to say, and we never heard anything ever again, but I want to respect their privacy at all times. For me, I am pretty much cautious about that. So, people know about that. We rely on ourselves to be really cautious for everyone's safety, including ourselves. We have to respect everyone's privacy at all times. Okay, well, with that all being said, I just gotta cut to the chase. No offense to all the Chainsaw Consultant fans. I never had any problems with you guys. Let me just say this straight to the facts. So the question is, what's next for Toonfest? That's what we all ask ourselves. And that's what it really bolts the big questions. What's next for Toonfest? This does not mean the end of Toonfest. Rest assured, we are still committed to providing the community an amazing, action-packed event. We are working closely with GalaxyCon to determine our 2027 location, and we will provide updates as soon as we know where we will be. We want to thank everyone for their patience as we navigate the future at Toonfest. We understand this may not be the news you were hoping to hear. We truly believe Toonfest brings the community closer together. The past 10 years of Toonfest have been truly magical, and we cannot wait to see you all in 2027. And quote unquote, never forget, you are definitely Toon enough. That's why I always keep hashtagging about for as long as I can remember. I can't really say I can actually pretty much convince everybody else to let me inside their community. I don't want to pressure them, and I'm not really risking to overstep any boundaries, and I don't want to screw things up. And even if things may easily hold me back, I'm just trying to keep it all simple, nice, and clean. And keep it nice and simply balanced for all the matter. I know everything is not going to be the original way that we all once grown up about over the years. I know people may come, people may go as they please, but the only thing I learned about is forcing, demanding, and pressuring people to come back. They just simply don't work that way. I cannot really convince them all in this one. They just have to find out for themselves. There's nothing I can't say. And in fairness, the Toontown Written team, and all above open Toontown servers, they all deserve a second chance. So that's what I've been doing. And that's what I'm doing for the sake of my elders. My anonymous friends' elders. Because they knew the original Rubber Hose cartoon fandom just long before the game was even open. And I'll be honest, ever since I graduated high school in 2012 or 2012, I have to be honest, it was so sudden for me when I finally came back. After getting onto the game on and off since 2004, after my very first summer family vacation all the way in Disneyland in California with my mom, my dad, my sister. And thanks to all my childhood memories with the voice actor of Goofy, Belfire himself. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have become into the fandom and committed and voice dubbing all the childhood memories that I grown up and love. I mean, if it wasn't crazy enough, thanks to the VHS of Disney Sing-Along, I wouldn't be singing still. even if I only have my energy and get my actual voice back in a healthy manner. Okay, most of all importantly, I need some real guidance through those who can understand most of what I've been going through. Sure, we have a lot of mistakes and we all have ups and downs, but it doesn't mean we can't literally just give up right then and there. I mean, if it wasn't for a little Taffy, without her, I wouldn't understand what I'm doing may be wrong. I accidentally took her characters or the other characters without permission. Without the proper guidance and without this roleplay thing. I mean, the roleplaying, which I never understand until later on, a few years later. I mean, without Roxy, without Taffy, I wouldn't understand what I was doing was wrong. That's a real lesson learned. And without every good apples in between, all timers alike, like Magical Mama, aka Yuni Naoki. Some of the most amazing people, like Twisted Mind or Twisted Wind, and especially Bleed Man, I wouldn't be standing here today. I understand people may not like the new change going on with Disney. After they closed down the game, after people started to get mad at the Club Penguin fans or Pixie Hollow, whichever, we always get the odd feeling that I came across this amazing person, Olivia. She was getting set up the exact same time as I have and some of the fans have, with some of these grown adults were acting pretty strange with their own title, even pretending to be the boss. And it's kind of like almost as if they want people to give up all the things that really mattered, and they happen on purpose in breaking everyone's promises for those like little Blinky. And you know what? I've been hearing a lot of things what they're doing with by the executives and trainees or whatever they call themselves as the boss or being well known and being famous. Just because they're famous and being influencers or being told that they know what they're doing, it doesn't make them as a good look as good role models. So, all I ask that if you really want to keep the fandom going, if you really love the fandom so much, ever since you were a kid, you just gotta do everything what you can to do whatever it takes to show how much your dedication means so much to them. And all how the things that you've grown up with mean so much to you. In a positive, healthy, and a good, loving light kind of way. I understand not everyone's perfect. No fans are perfect, and no leaders or role models or whatever are going to be perfect. Even though people may convince me to become an ambassador for the fandom, until finding out about the community ambassador stuff, even if people may not understand, I may not have the Tintin fandom kind of material, not almost as anyone else, and I always make mistakes, but I really am trying my best, unless, mind them, if only people out there who can actually help me, even if I'm Emily Wilbur to multiple massive crazy things that were never explained to me when I was in high school or my whole life in the special needs class. If some of those bad apples from Disney that kicked all our childhood out is going to admit that they're wrong, and they're really doing it to make everyone feel hurt and being disrespectful to someone who's battling with cancer or with grief or dealing with bullying or whatever, just be yourself. Believe in yourself. You always are capable to know what you can do. Put your heart and effort and have faith for fear. Always, always, always know you are tuned enough no matter what. See you guys soon and next time, and see you in the next vlog. Bye. Signing out.